Ditchling Museum of Art and Craft is a small rural museum set up really to preserve and display the work of the artists and craftspeople who started coming to the village and thereabouts from the beginning of the 20th century. We very much feel that we're a museum that's for everybody, so it feels really important that anybody that wants to come here can come here and have a good time on their own terms. It's also important that because we're an art and craft museum, craft is a very hands-on, tactile experience, and so thinking about how we can provide that kind of multi-sensory experience for people who are coming with different kinds of impairments, different kinds of needs, felt like a really useful thing to do to enrich the offer. So we knew we wanted to develop our EDI work, and we were in touch with Museum Development South East, and when they offered us the opportunity to go on the museum-wide development programme, it just seemed a perfect fit for where we wanted to go next.
The museum-wide training programme was really, really helpful for the museum because it gave us the opportunity to work with other museums and see what they were doing, and it also gave us this one-to-one support which really helped us with any issues that we were encountering on our EDI journey. It also meant that we could develop this EDI action plan, which has been really the cornerstone of our EDI work. So it's all kind of about really having that regular check-in, there's regular moments to make sure that we're meeting our goals and we're able to grow and offer more for all of our visitors. Within that, we've done things like board diversification, we've made sure that EDI is a recurring agenda item in all of our meetings, it's in all of our budgets. We're just thinking about it in a more present way, and the action plan has really helped us do that.
So after we'd done the museum-wide training programme, we were supported again by Museum Development South East through a new interpretations grant, and that has enabled us to work with a group of disabled and neurodivergent participants to develop a new multisensory display. We've worked with them to select objects, and we've talked at length about different ways to have a broad experience that includes audio description. There are handling samples that you can touch. There's also a sound shower which gives you the sounds of the weaving workshop as a kind of immersive experience. And we're even working on scent, so you can smell different smells that relate to the natural dyes that are part of the display.
Being able to touch and smell and interact with objects makes the experience more holistic. And what I've found, especially because of the group we were with, we all had different sensory preferences. I think for me it was really validating as an artist, as a maker, as a carer, as someone with my own health conditions, because my lived experience was valued. And quite often people will pay lip service to trying to make things more accessible, but they won't talk to the people who actually need that difference. I think also it gave a different insight into how the makers would have made the work, and it made the people who are being remembered through their works more real, because suddenly we were putting a human touch back into the object.
I think the first bit of advice I'd give is just get stuck in. There are lots of things that you can do that don't cost money, that make a substantial difference to visitors. And I think talk to your museum development officer, they can give you advice, they can link you up with other museums that are on that journey. Other things that have been important for us, everybody needs to be on board from front of house right through. So, if you have trustees or whatever, they need to understand what's going on and be involved. The other thing that's been really important for us, I think, is that through doing this work, we've learnt a lot, practices and skills that we're now embedding in exhibition planning, future collection display. So these things are becoming what we do rather than a special project. And I think I feel really good about that. I think that's really, really great.
We've made some huge changes since we received this support from Museum Development South East. We're thinking about EDI in a really different way. We're thinking about it all the time. We are doing a lot of proactive work to make sure that the venue is as accessible as possible. So it's really present now, and I think it's been transformative.